Now, according to one author, of these three, which is the most ethical? The last one. You need a new plant, but people also need you. Transferring to another state would affect, and that's actually what happened later. No? Many Americans in Detroit lost jobs when companies started closing shop. So, in other words, there is something that can make these two compatible. You do business, but you also do good to the community. Now, more specifically, what I mean is, as much as it is true that when we engage in business, our main motive is profit, but I can also serve the community by giving them the right quality of service and the right quality of products they need. So as long as I have that in my mind, I am engaging in business so that I can be of service to the community by providing what they need, qualitatively providing them, and at the same time earning. That is an ethical way of doing business. I'm not just thinking of profit, maximizing profit, but also maximizing service. No? What can I do to alleviate the conditions of the people in the area? Or what can I do to provide the needed goods, service, quality goods and quality service? In other words, in philosophy we say, for an ethical activity or economic activity to be moral, do not treat customers as means to an end. That I am engaging in business so that these people will give me money. But treat them as end in themselves. The people who come to me, I am doing this for their own sake. I am doing this for their own good. That's why service is of paramount importance. I think the Americans have understood that very well. Their best advertisement is service. They give quality service. Even to the point na it's funny. No question asked. Many Filipinos take advantage of this. No? Pag may party, bumibili sila ng mga damit, mga Amerikana. And after that, ang party, isasauli. Sasabihin, hindi namin nagustuhan. Yung hindi lang, tinatago lang yung para, and Americans naman are very trusting, you don't like, fine. No? Kasi they want you to be contented. No? So, parang gano'n din, no? But yun talaga, no? Parang, they receive their money's worth, no? So, that's the idea, no? It's not just about maximizing profit, but maximizing service, no? So, we don't just give them for the sake of using them as means to an end, which is maximizing profit, minimizing the cost. Kaya yung nare-receive nila, poor service. Kasi we have minimized the cost. Like for example, many of our hospitals here are understaffed. Unlike in the US, no? I remember Melvin Corpin, no? The composer of many of our songs, especially our Jubilee songs. When he was sick, it just so happened at that time that we were in that area, Nevada. We were told that Melvin Corpin was being treated in a hospital in Nevada. At that time, we were in Nevada. So, what hospital? I said, well, it's this. No? So, we have one priest with us who knew the place. We drove. Went to the hospital. But at the same time, we were not so sure. No? Are we going to entertain? He's not expecting us. And then when we went to the hospital, we asked from the information area, do you have this patient by the name of Melvin Corpy? And the black woman said, yes, he's confined, I don't know in what floor, I can't remember now. So we went there, we were like 8 priests, and we were like saying, will they allow us 8 priests? Because they're very strict with regard to visitation. So we're like thinking, are we going to really pursue visiting him, or we just go back to where we're staying? But when we finally reached the floor, to our pleasant surprise, the nurses who were in the nursing station, they were like 8 and 7 were Filipinas. And then we told them, pwede kami bisita? Of course, mga pare kayo, mga pa. Pasok na kayo, pasok na kayo. And then we stayed there for an hour. And to our edification, no? Melvin would die a week after. No? But while he was talking to us, 85% of what he talked was music. Not about his pain, not about his cancer. He was still hoping that he would be cured. No? That was his passion. Still talking about music. Well, my dinner is in the US, so you have hospitals that are well equipped with regard to staff, facilities. No? Well, that's service. That is service. Sometimes we pay more, but we get less in service. So that's analytical. Anyway, so that's the end of my sharing this evening. So we started this sharing with a question: is ethics and business compatible? And we have offered different arguments, but we arrived at the conclusion that indeed business in itself is within the confines of ethics because it involves human decision, and every human decision is either good or bad decision. And we can engage in business at the same time be ethical. It is also wrong to say, just as it is wrong to say that business is outside ethics, it is also wrong to say that business activity is and will always be immoral. That is also too extreme. We can do business at the same time, do good, and contribute to society. Amen. So do you have question, clarification? If I cannot answer, ask Manuel to answer it for me. He is a businessman from head to foot, head to toe. No?
Monsignor,
Opo.
in this business of buying and selling, who is being unethical, the buyer or the seller?
Buying and selling what?
You said a while ago, organs.
Organs. It's unethical to sell organs, I said. No? We can donate, but never sell. Because we don't sell ourselves. No? That's against human dignity. We are not products. We are not merchandise for sale. If prostitution is immoral, it's because you are selling your body. But you are not a property. You are not a merchandise that can be bought or sold. You are a human person. You are God's image and likeness. Now, how about if I give my organ? Well, it's beautiful. In fact, it's very much in line with what Jesus said. No? There's no more greater love than to offer your life for a friend. Now, some would ask, is that not suicide, or is that not a form of like for example, martyrdom? What Maximilian Kolbe did. He was not guilty, but he offered his life in exchange, no, for the father, no, who was complaining, please, not me, I have children, I have a wife. And Saint Maximilian Kolbe said, I will take his place. I'm a priest. I have no family. Now, what's the difference between suicide and martyrdom? You know what? Maximilian Kolbe did not kill himself. He was killed by the Nazi. So it was the Nazis' fault. But suicide is a different thing. Now, donating organ, that's a problem, no? Because your organ is you. You don't sell yourself. So, but I understand why people do that. No, we cannot also like condemn them. No? We know, and usually it's out of need. You know, we don't. But you see, we need our organs for our own properly functioning body, and we don't give it only for the sake of money. We can give it for the sake of charity, but not for the sake of money, because it is objectimized. Parang I am objectifying I'm treating myself as an object that can be sold. And of course, we also understand why people buy, because especially if you're a parent and you have a daughter or a son who is sick, and since organ donation does not happen every time, no? You will also do whatever you can within your means. So we also understand that. That's why some people would say it's not really buying and selling, but okay, somebody's donating, but out of gratitude for the donation, binibigyan ng pera, pero sir, karoon pa rin ang dating. Ang problema lang doon kasi, if we legalize the buying and selling of organs, ito yung mangyayari. Ha? Ano to? That's why it's not allowed in any country, anywhere in the world. Why? Because if we begin to allow buying and selling our organs, sino yung makakauna? Yung may pera. And it's even possible they do not really need that immediately. Ito yung mas nagkakailangan. Kaya na wala siyang pera, mamatay na lang siya. But in NKI, it's actually according to the need. Ito mamatay na siya, unahin natin siya, maski siyang pobre. Pero pag nag-buy and sell tayo, money na yung pinag-uusapan, highest bidder, maski hindi niya kailangan, pwede siya mabuhay pa, pero may pera siya mauna. So, yung mangyari, it will lead to many unethical decisions. Hindi na medical, pera na ang pag-uusapan doon. You don't need that medically now. Kaya lang, may pera siya, nauna. Yun ang, tapos, usually, ang mag-sell naman ng organs, yung mga pobre na kulang sila ng diet. Madumi ang environment. Nakadonate ng kidney, namatay naman later. Kasi, di ba, when you donate something, when you're operated, you need a clean environment. The air you breathe, kasi medyo kulang ka na. Now, yung mga sa squatter, usually, dirty environment. Yung pagkain nila, at siyempre, biglang yaman, 250,000, inom lang yan, no? Bibili ng ano. Buti ko, wag 1 month. Baka 1 week lang ang 250,000. Bibili ng refrigerator, bibili ng multi-cup. So yun, no? So we encourage donation, but not the buying and selling of organs. Kaya it's not allowed as a business venture. Hindi pwede siya may negosyo. Kaya, pati negosyo, under sa ethics. You cannot just buy and sell or drugs, for that matter. Drugs always are harmful to people. Please stand. Glory to the Father, and to the Son, and to the Holy Spirit. The name of the Father, and the Son, of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Thank you very much, and good night.